Hello guys, this is Adam, your personal relationship expert. Relationships can be difficult, but often the toughest part comes after you've committed to each other, the part where you have to introduce your love to your family. It's never easy and your family members might have certain expectations for you. Today, we're going to talk about some tricks that you can use while introducing the love of your life to your family. Before we move forward, how about clicking subscribe and ringing the notification bell? That way you can stay up to date with our latest content, and while you're at it, stick around until the end of the video. Help support your bestie. Introducing your partner to your family is the next logical step you take after solidifying your relationship. You can try to make sure that it goes smoothly, without any drama or hiccups, but your parents may be on the conservative side and not open to the idea of you dating a person of another race, ethnicity, or religion. Similarly, they may not be aware of your sexuality, and this is where the first point comes into play. Have the face-to-face talk. There's nothing wrong with you texting or calling them to let them know about a new development in your life. However, nothing beats the good old-fashioned face-to-face talk. When you text someone, the other person only gets to see your words, and it's really easy to misunderstand the emotions that are attached to it. When you call someone, they can hear your voice and perceive your emotional state through your tone. While in a face-to-face conversation, they can see you and understand your point of view better because they can pick up on the emotional signs of your body language. These are subtle, soft signals that show happiness, sadness, or even despair. Additionally, having an offline conversation like this is more likely to give you a positive result. Now, let's jump into point number 2, which is picking a neutral territory. Now, you might be thinking, hey Adam, have you lost it? You make it sound like war or something. Well, no, I haven't lost it, and it's kind of a negotiation more than war. You have to understand what the neutral territory represents. Do you remember when you were a kid and felt safer to invite your friends to your place instead of going over to theirs? Well, our house makes us feel safe. And while having this conversation, you have to make sure that both you and your family members feel comfortable. Otherwise, the situation could be a little awkward for everyone present, and that may not be a great idea. Also, holding these difficult conversations like these in a neutral territory is more likely to give you a positive result. We would suggest that you play your cards right when you set up the meeting. Experts say, if one intends to have a face-to-face conversation but are concerned of boundaries violation, consider having the conversation at a neutral territory where both parties have equal grounds and can step aside to regulate emotions, such as a park. So, there you go. We have 2 points covered: face-to-face conversation and neutral territory. Let's go to number 3. Explain what your partner brings to the table. This is the part where it can be a little bit tricky for young couples. Because you're less experienced, you may not understand what you are adding to each other's lives, so it's likely to be difficult to explain this. Try to take some time to understand how you're adding value to each other's worlds. Think about things like, is your partner your backbone? How do you complement each other? Once you have a clear picture of these types of things, then you're ready to go to relay this information to your family. Your partner might be your rock, your best friend, or great at providing emotional or moral support. Explaining these things helps to shift the discussion in your favor and helps your family members to understand your point of view. With that, now you have 3 points covered for your face-to-face with your family. Let's move on to number 4. Be straightforward in telling them what you want. This is something you have to be clear about even before you set up the meeting. Ask yourself these questions. Why am I setting up this meeting? What do I want to achieve? And do I want support from my family, or am I just seeking their approval? A set agenda will help you gain the upper hand in the meeting. Additionally, have a straightforward approach. The more direct you are with your goal, the easier it will be to achieve. Of course, it'll require patience. Your family members might not necessarily approve of your partner first. Even if that is the case, it doesn't mean they never will. Try to keep an open mind. Speaking of talking, there might be more than one conversation involved, and this brings us to number 5. This may take more than one conversation. We all wish we lived in a world where we could just introduce our partner to our family members and they would instantly get along. our parents would congratulate us and have happy tears in their eyes while they say, "Well done. We're so proud of you." Unfortunately, this isn't always the norm. You see, there are many different types of people in this world. Not everyone is liberal, and not everyone is as open and accepting of others as you might be. This includes your family, and telling them about this new person in your life might take more effort. For example, if you're going to come out to your family and tell them that you're in a same-sex, open, or polyamorous relationship, it could take some time for them to accept it. This ultimately depends on the kind of people they are, and you'll have to be patient with them. We would suggest that you take it slow. Explain things to them in a step-by-step process. This will help your family members accept the fact that you're dating someone. Always remember, when it comes to relationships, slow and steady wins the race. The world is transforming every day. And while people are trying to keep up with these changes, not everyone is good at it. Some people take their own sweet time to adapt to the situation. For this reason, it's very important to understand that you give your family members the time and space needed to come to terms with this new development in your life. They are your family after all, and even if it's tough at first, it will eventually work out. So, have you told your family who you're dating? How did they react? Let us know in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.